What came first, the gamers or the games? You know, people get so concerned about their kids playing violent video games, like Marcus Phoenix is gonna jump out of the game and hand their kid a frag grenade. Nobody worries about their children playing thousands upon thousands of games, good and bad, that will inevitably shape their tastes and determine their future place in the gaming culture. Did I play easy games because I was a casual gamer? Or was I a casual gamer because I played easy games? Which brings me to number 1 on the top 5 all-time gamer list. Larry Friedman. They're everywhere, and you can't miss them. They duck their heads in the gaming world every now and then and want whatever's popular at the time. The thing is that they usually don't know what it is they want. The casual gamer is a person who plays games designed for ease of gameplay, like Tetris or Wii Sports. These are the kinds of people who don't spend much time playing games, and sometimes they don't even own their own console. I don't know what it is that attracts us to them. Maybe we're trying to impress them with our knowledge. Maybe it's that we want to introduce them to something new. Either way, they're an interesting breed. My relationship with Larry lasted all of 5 games of Tetris. I could have taken him on 3 out of 5 games, but I was being nice to boost his ego. And then, on the 6th game, Lauren McLaughlin. Slut. I would like to think that gamers have changed since that time. That they've become more sophisticated, maybe less cruel with their evaluations. But I think it was a type of sign, because every encounter I've had since then, well, it's just a scrambled version of that encounter. Number 2 in the top 5 all-time gamers list, Billy Harder. Billy was great at Ms. Pac-Man. His top 5 games were Donkey Kong, Mega Man 2, Contra, Link to the Past, and Shadow of the Colossus. Hardcore gamers spend pretty much all of their leisure time playing games. As a consequence of the large amount of time spent, they get really, really good at them. They also know way more about any one game than I ever knew about any one subject in school. And they let you know this constantly.
You call yourself a gamer and you've never experienced this.
Trying to play catch-up with Billy's library was like being reprimanded for never learning how to ride a bike. There was no way I was ever going to beat him, and I hated when he let me win. Anytime I tried to show him something I bought, he would have a dissertation ready when I brought it home. There was just no pleasing this guy. You're awesome.
Oh, come on!
I love you. What's the point? You never lose. Yeah, that one, that hurt. And then I found out from this idiot on the forums that he found his dream girl on Score Hero and that she can beat him on Expert. So this is my place of relief, where I can go to escape all the stress and the pressure of the outside world. Plus, I can pick up my weekly game. This is my kind of store. They have all sorts of old games and a really good selection of new games, plus a ton of things I've never even heard of. The staff is really great. They never try to make me buy anything. They don't try to sell me a magazine. They don't have a card, and they don't make me reserve anything. Plus, they're really nice. Hey Mariah.
Hi Z.
Which leads me to number 3. Most of the people who work in places like this are retro gamers. Some collect old school games and prototypes, some refurbish old games, and some, well, they make their own arcade cabinets.
I mean, I can't possibly imagine you think that Pac-Man is a better game character than Casey Munchkin.
Well, I just think that Pac-Man came first.
Yeah, but Casey Munchkin, they give you one life. One life. I I mean,
Yeah, but
you know.
the Casey Munchkin totally ripped off of Pac-Man. There would be no Casey Munchkin
Yeah,
without
but they
Pac-Man.
made it better. They took
Yeah.
the idea, they made it better.
Well, Ms. Pac-Man, better storyline, and she has a bow.
Oh, come on, Miss Pac-Man. You bring Miss Pac-Man into the
Yeah, I
conversation.
am.
What, you put lipstick on a Pac-Man. It's still Pac-Man.
These guys, they think
Can't
that anything
believe-
that came after
I mean,
1982 is unoriginal, uninteresting, and completely recycled.
It would be that kind of thing. I mean, you have Casey Munchkin. You can create your own mazes. You have infinite levels that you can create.
The real joy of coming to a place like this, being able to browse through all the different games that your fellow gamers have traded in for a few measly dollars. There's more sports games than anything, but usually the cheapest of the bunch. And once you browse through all the stacks of games that everybody else has already owned, like Dr. Mario, you might just be able to find something really great. Yes, like a CBS Electronics 1983 copy of Mountain King. It's the thrill of the hunt that I live for.
Hey, do you have Elite Beat agents?
Yes.
Can I have it?
No,
Why not?
because it's utter crap, a complete waste of time, and a complete ripoff of Owendon.
What?
Oh, Tatake, Owendon, don't you have the internet? Don't you have a computer?
I'm not gonna buy some game from Japan.
Well, you know what? Why don't you go over to GameStop, reserve Madden, and then you can play the most watered-down version of a good idea since Dracula X.
Coming in at number 4, the importers love to gush over anything produced internationally, mostly from Japan. These are the guys who like to use hacks and boot disks and mod chips to override all the international lockout codes. They even sometimes purchase imported consoles. They usually speak zero Japanese, but they will play through a game in its entirety with a translation guide just to spite the US release. And then there was Todd Schlegel, the professional, the cyber athlete, the job everyone wants. He plays games for money. Hey, did you know that Facebreaker's coming out soon? What the hell was that?
Sit on that one.
Good job.
How do you like that, buddy? Watch this. Sweetheart, watch this. Sweetheart.
I'm reading.
Dead. And dead.
Good.
Winner. Hey. Oh, great. That was good teamwork.
I can't do this.
You did a great job. I don't know what you're talking about.
Had no real interest in Todd. It was just a complete curiosity in his sniping skill. I bagged him once online, but I was really glad when it was over. Now this, you have to really dig for something like this. Now, if there were a number 6, it would be the table gamer, a geek's geek. The term gamer used to refer to somebody who played role-playing games or maybe war miniature games, but more recently it's grown to include those who play video games. And while it still includes those who don't consider themselves to be gamers, the casual Larrys of the world, it's still anybody who spends their time playing or learning about different games. They're still gamers.
Now, the great thing about a game like this is that I can truly appreciate it. Nobody's going to write blogs about this kind of a game. There aren't going to be any kind of expectations. I can go into the game without any kind of preconceived notions and enjoy it for my own reasons. I mean, yeah, it's a game about a bird in sneakers running around shooting arrows at crabs, but if we take a moment to really look at what it is, it's a great platformer. It's ridiculously simple. It's a zany concept, and it's just fun. You know, maybe the problem with these gamers is that they forgot how to have fun. They've dissected these games to death, to a point where they've lost all their charm. When you boil something you love down into statistics, you ruin the magic. Sometimes the best experience can be going into a store, randomly picking something out, and realizing later on that you've come upon something truly unique. Kiwi Craze, by the way, is one of those gems. And you get to blast your way out of a whale. How cool is that? It's cool. If you could go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self? Would you tell yourself to avoid the Billy Harders and Larry Friedmans of the world? Or did they actually help to shape your gamer identity? You know, gamers don't have to date other gamers. In fact, maybe it would be beneficial if we avoided the lot entirely.
V, I just downloaded Mega Man 9.
On the other hand,
I gave you the warning, but you never heeded it. How can you say you miss my loving when you never needed it? Yeah.